is the International Women's Day, and Amnesty International is focusing specifically on the case of the women of Atenco, who were brutally sexually assaulted and arrested by the police in San Salvador, Atenco, Mexico. All over the world right now, there are actions going on from Los Angeles to New York, the United Kingdom to Taiwan, highlighting what is going on in Mexico. And countless Amnesty members and supporters for human rights are meeting with Mexican consul generals all over the United States to bring up the issue that the Mexican government highlighted 34 individuals who were directly responsible for the sexual assault and brutal beating and arrest of these women, who did nothing more than come out to sell flowers, who did nothing more than work for their livelihood. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and we need to send a clear message to the Mexican government and to the governments of the world that women's rights will not be abused, that it is not tolerable. We cannot allow this to happen. So we're going to be marching from UCLA down to the federal building to increase our human rights violations against women happening every single day, not just in Mexico, not just in the global south, but here in the United States. Women are, what was the figure? 1 in 7 women will be raped on a college campus in their lifetime. That is intolerable. So what we're trying to do is bring the international, bring the global, local, highlight what's going on, but also remember that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in this country, and we want to lend our voices, our resources, and our strength to the women of Atenco and the women everywhere. So, ready to go?
People want to know. People want to know who we are. Who we are. So we tell them. So we tell them. We are the people. Around the world. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. People want to know. People want to know who we are.
What do we want?
Human rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Human rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
Stop!
The rape in Mexico.
Stop!
The torture in Mexico.
Stop!
The abuse of women and the people. Fighting for justice. Fighting for justice. For women in Atenco. For women in Atenco. And women around the world. And women around the world. Mexico. From the abuse of women in Mexico.
What do we want?
Human rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Human rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
We are the people.
Somos la gente,
Fighting for justice.
luchando por la justicia
Women in Atenco.
para las mujeres de Atenco
Women around the world.
y todas las mujeres alrededor del mundo. ¿Qué queremos?
What do we want?
Human rights.
Derechos humanos. ¿Qué queremos? ¿Cuándo? Ahora. Derechos humanos. ¿Cuándo lo queremos? Ahora. Paren la violencia en México, la tortura en México. Mi nombre es Pilar Patzkowski, estoy aquí con los estudiantes de UCLA para apoyar a las mujeres de Atenco y para que tengan justicia. My name is Pilar Patzkowski and I'm here with the UCLA students to support the women of Atenco that they have been abused, tortured and violated by the police authorities in Mexico. I'm from Voices and Faces organization in Chicago and we are going there. Vamos allá, mujeres de Atenco, y las apoyamos. Digan no a la policía, no dejen que la policía salga con la suya, no dejen que la policía salga con la suya, no los vamos a dejar. Atenco, esta chica ha sido muy fuerte al hablar. Would you like to say some words for the women of Atenco?
Stay strong. We are here.
Sean fuertes, aquí estamos.
All in solidarity.
Estamos en solidaridad con ustedes, las amamos.
We haven't seen you.
Aunque no las haya conocido, aunque no las conocemos aunque no las conocemos, las amamos con todas las mujeres del mundo. Adiós. Thank you.
Amnesty International symbol is a candle with barbed wire around it, which means despite despair, despite the loss of hope, Amnesty members and Amnesty International will continue to fight for justice and human rights all over the world.
Flowers to commemorate the flower sellers that day that the police officers wouldn't allow to sell. It was wrong what the police officers did when they actually detained the women and raped and tortured them. In fact, 35 police officers were found guilty of rape and torture, and yet no action has been taken against them. This is a continuous problem in Mexico. Police officers are allowed to do whatever they want, and the government needs to come down on them. When people from America with the California license plate goes down to Mexico, the police officers are allowed to stop them, and they force them to bribe them, otherwise they go to jail. Everything that has been done right now for the women of Atenco, justice has not prevailed. We need to force the Los Angeles Council of Mexico to go down and talk to the government of Mexico in order to do something.
Mi nombre es Pilar Patzkowski, estoy en representación de Voices and Faces, es una organización que va a ir a Atenco en mediados de abril. Estamos con ustedes, las estamos apoyando y queremos justicia. Queremos que las autoridades de México puedan entender que no están las mujeres de Atenco solas. Estamos con ellas. Y disculpe mi voz que se está yendo, pero estamos con ustedes en solidaridad. Y con Voices and Faces también. We are here for you, Women of Atenco, even though we are far away from Mexico. We love you and we support you and we are against all the justice. Thank you.
Here on International Women's Day here in Los Angeles, California, calling for the Mexican government to expedite the process of justice against the 34 police officers that were charged with the brutal rape and arrest of the women of Atenco. These women did nothing more than go out to sell flowers. They did nothing more than to work for their livelihood, and they are treated in such an inhumane manner. This is intolerable, and people of conscience all over the world stand in solidarity with the women of Atenco and women everywhere to stop violence against women. Today we must take a stand. Today we must say that this is no longer acceptable. We stand here today in solidarity with women in Atenco and women all over the world to let you know that we will continue to fight. Amnesty International and other organizations will be here to fight alongside you in your struggle. And you came out to stand up against injustice, to stand up for human rights is extremely commendable. And it's because of people like us that this world is going to change. We cannot rely on legislators in our governments to do this work on their own. We have to put pressure on them. We have to work with them to fight for human rights. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you.
Pareciste una noche fría, un olor a tabaco sucio y a ginebra. El miedo ya me recorría mientras cruzaba los deditos tras la puerta. Tu carita de niño guapo se la ha ido comiendo el tiempo por tus venas. Y tu inseguridad machita se refleja cada día en mis lagrimitas. Una vez más no, por favor, que estoy cansada y no puedo con el corazón. Una vez más no, mi amor, por favor, no grites que los niños duermen. Una vez más no, por favor, que estoy cansada y no puedo con el corazón. Una vez más no, mi amor, por favor, no grites que los niños duermen. Voy a volverme como el fuego, voy a quemar tu puño de acero y del morado de mis mejillas saldrá el valor pa' cobrarme las heridas. Malo, malo, malo eres, no se daña.